And you now now tune in.
You know what it is.
My opinions are facts podcast.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Welcome everybody. Good afternoon. It is TGIF Friday, and we're gonna get to all these games. Make my predictions. Shout out to everybody that's on Facebook. People who tuning on here that normally on my TikTok. I got a ban for a couple more hours, so I really can't waste no time. We got 15 MLB games and one NBA playoff game, so I couldn't wait that long. Got to get to these predictions, and let you know what I think about the games today. So without further ado, like I always like to do this every Thursday. I forgot about it yesterday, but I'm gonna give it to you now. The top 10 MLB power rankings for this week. Of course, number one is the Dodgers. Of course, I mean they had a little slump, but they picked it right back up. They're on a 3-game winning streak, I believe. So Dodgers number one. Number two, of course, is the Mets. My umpires took them out the other day, but they're picking back the pace, and they face off this week. Definitely going to be a great, it's rivalry weekend in baseball. So Mets going to be at the Yankees tonight, but they're number two on the power rankings list. Number three on the power ranking list, Detroit Tigers. They're definitely, they're on a 4-game winning streak, I believe, but this team definitely the truth. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series, but they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. Number three, Detroit Tigers. Number four, we had the Padres, who I think this might be their chance. They might sneak in there and get to the World Series this year. Definitely got a real good chance. They was number three last week. They dropped to number four, but they're still up there. I know they're one of the elite teams, but they had that they had a really bad slide last week. They lost 4 straight, but they're picking it back up the pace. So it's number 4 for the Padres. Number 5, we got the Yankees. Of course, they're always going to be in the top 5. Depends when you catch them. Like I said, tonight they'll be playing against the Mets, so got the New York City rivalry. That should be a real good one. But number 5, we got the Yankees for MLB power rankings. Number 6, we have Philadelphia Phillies, who they took a shellacking yesterday. It was 14-7 against the Cardinals, but but they're number 6 in the power rankings. They was number 8, so they moved up 2 slots. They are uptrending, though, although that loss to the Cardinals, because the Cardinals was on a hot streak. The Phillies still is going to be there. It's the veterans that keeps them going, veteran bats. So they kind of know what to do. They know that it's a long season, and they're not going to be out the playoff race, so they're good to go. Number 7, we got for the MLB power rankings, we got the Cubs, who I think, if they keep this thing going right here, I definitely see them making a real nice run in the playoffs. I mean, they got one of the best lineups in the league, of course, and a pitcher. So they got a couple key players are still out, but they should be back soon. Number 7, the Cubs. Number 8, we got for the MLB power rankings. We get the Giants at number 8. Giants are one of them teams. I mean, they stick around. Like I said, another team with veteran pitchers, a couple good bats. So they're staying up there in the top 8. One of the best home records in the MLB. Number 9, we got the Mariners, who was super hot last week. They took 2 L's against the Royals, but they're still staying afloat and staying in the top 10. They was number 9 last week, stayed at number 9 for this week. And to round off the top 10 for the MLB power rankings, we got the Guardians, who I'm surprised because they're on a 3-game loser streak, but they moved up 3 spots from 13 for last week. But like I said, they're not gonna be far off. The season's still early for these type of teams right here, where up and down trending, but they'll keep afloat and they're definitely gonna get a playoff position. So we rounded off the top 10 in the MLB power rankings for this week. Cleveland number 10, number 9, the Mariners, 8, the Giants, 7, the Chicago Cubs, 6, Philadelphia Phillies, 5, the Yankees, number 4, the Padres, number 3, the Tigers, 2, the Mets, and of course number 1, the Dodgers. All right, enough of that being said, we got a whole gang of games to get into today. So, without further ado, let's get it started. We actually got one coming up at 5:30, so I'm trying to get through. At least you can get this game in there. First game we got coming up this evening, we have the Guardians facing off against the Reds, who I don't know what happened to them. Their pitching staff was great. Now they just not doing too good right now. But they got a heavy lean, pretty heavy lean with the Reds, 55%. For the mound today for both pitchers, we have for the Guardians, Tanner Bibby, 3-3 on the season, ERA 3.80 with the whip 1.22. My bad, y'all. This microphone's all in my face. Okay, face off against Brady Singer, 4-2 on the season, ERA 4.97 with the whip at 1.32. This one right here, I took the red team total because I said if anything, it's probably gonna be maybe somewhat a slugfest. So I took the Reds, Cincinnati Reds team, or I'm sorry, Reds strikeout. Brady Singer for 4.5 strikeouts. I took the over on that one. I caught it at minus 125. It's probably a little higher now, but yeah. For the Reds game, I got 4.5 Ks for Brady Singer. Next game we got the Pirates. Let's go. Let's see if we can do this one. But facing a tough matchup tonight. Like I said, number 6 team on the MLB power rankings. Pirates are in Philadelphia tonight playing against the Phillies. Like I said, Philly 14-8 at home. Pirates are 6-16 on the road. Over and under is 8.5 runs plus 1.5, of course, for the Pirates. Why wouldn't it be? On the mound tonight for both teams, Andrew Heaney, the lefty, 2-3 on the season, ERA 3.15 with the whip at 1.12. Going against the lefty, Ranger Suarez, 1-0 on the season, ERA 5.91 with the whip at 1.22. Of course, heavy lean on the Phillies. Why not? They're in the top 10, like I said, MLB power rankings. The veteran bats are just, they can uphold anything, even though, like I said, they was on a 3-game losing streak. They bounced right back. So they're right where they need to be. There's really no other way to look at it. I mean, I don't know. At first I was like, we can get Fridays get a little crazy. You get your upsets, but I just couldn't read an upset on this one. Cruz still day to day. He's questionable for tonight. Everybody in Philly's here. 79 degrees, perfect weather out there on the east. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's take the over, because if anything, I can see this game score being like a 7-1, 8-1, or sorry, 8-1, 6-3, something like that. So mostly all the scoring gonna come from Philly. So yeah, I got that. I like the over on this 8.5 total runs. Next game we have the rivalry right here. Battle of New York City. Mets is at the Bronx playing against Yankees. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun game. I'm definitely gonna bounce in between this and the next game. But yeah, so we're coming in with this one. Yankees 13-8 at home. The Mets even 500, 11-11, plus 1.5 for the Mets, and over under total runs is 8.5. Super heavy lean for the Yankees, of course. Like I said, they're number 4 on the power rankings. The Mets is number 6. So this, like I said, is the battle of who's the best at NYC. On the mound today for both teams, Tyler McGill, 3-3 on the season, ERA 3.10 with the whip of 1.25. Face off against Carlos Rodon, the lefty, 4-3 on the season, ERA 3.29 with the whip of 0.97. Yeah, so whips like this, you know how I normally lean with that one. I like the under, but I just can't see this one. You got Soto coming back to the Bronx, facing off against his former team, which, like I said, before the season started, I never thought Soto would leave the Yankees, but it is what it is. So the Mets gave that man by $800 million. So this is definitely going to be a face-off. Soto going off against Judge. This is definitely going to be good game. Well, I can't wait for this game. I was looking at the pitch and I'm like, I could see it being like a battle. I was leaning towards the under, and I was sitting there thinking, like, there's just too many bats. And like I said, McGill's okay. I don't know. Well, Rondon, he gave up what was it, 8, 9? Yeah, he gave him 8 home runs a season. So me personally, Friday Night Lights, they're playing for who's the king of the city. Definitely taking the over. Definitely taking the over. It's gonna be a lot going on in New York tonight. So whoever's out in NYC in New York City, shout out to y'all. Y'all got some big games going. You got the rivalry going on, subway rivalry, and you got your Knicks playing to hopefully get the elimination against the Celtics. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a good night for everybody out in New York. So shout out to everybody in New York City, man. But yeah, I like the over on this one, 8.5. I think it's going to be a magical Friday night for both teams. So that's why I'm rolling with that one. Next game we got the Nationals facing off against the Orioles. I think this right here, before I look at anything, when I looked at it earlier, I was like, this is going to be a slugfest. Definitely a lot of scoring I see. On the mound today for both teams, we got for the National Mackenzie Gore, who I really don't like. Record 2-4 on the season, ERA 3.59 with the whip at 1.16. Face off against Cade Povich. He's trash too. He's a lefty, of course, 1-3 on the season, ERA 5.55 with the whip at 1.54. Yes, you got the slightly on the Nationals after they finally snapped that 7-game losing streak. I mean, they were just getting beat by the Rockies. Everybody was giving it to them. But they found their way back and pulled off a victory. So far this season, the Nationals lead the series 2-1. Like I said, on a I don't know. Honestly, this one I took right here. Look at my notes. I got this. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, this one right here. I took the Nationals to do it. I think once they broke out of that slump, because like I said, when you're losing 7 straight games and you snap out of it, you start to pick up. How long they're going to pick up for, I don't know. But tonight I can see a victory coming for them. So I'm taking the money line for the Nationals. That's what I like for that pick right there. Next game we got Detroit versus the Blue Jays. Detroit number 5 on the power rankings this week for the MLB. Oh man, this is well, like I said, they're in Toronto, but pitch tonight, this dude right here. Oh, he's horrible. I remember I picked him twice to get strikeouts. In both games, I took him for what? 4.5 strikeouts. He couldn't get. He had 2 in each time I bet 4 more strikeouts on player prop. But we got Jake Flaherty, 1-5 on the season, 4.61 ERA with the whip of 1.24. Facing off against Bowder Francis, who was 2-5 on the season, ERA 5.40 with the whip of 1.32. Decent whips, but now I watched Detroit play 3 years ago against Boston. Man, like every game they play, their bats are working. They're scoring a lot of runs. I think the last 4 games they averaged about 5.8 runs a game. So they're definitely doing a thing. The bats are working. Torkelson and all them guys definitely smacking out the park. But like I said, you got Latimer Guerrero. I think if anything tonight will be a night he probably will get 2 bases. I didn't take that one though. I just took Detroit team total over 3.5 runs. I caught that at minus 120. So I like that right there. Shout out to everybody that's on Facebook who's been jumping in and out. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, but like I said, everybody who joined me on YouTube, I can't be on TikTok. I gotta wait till like 7:00. So that's where a lot of my fan base is at. So if you're coming on YouTube from the TikTok, I sent all you guys DMs. Tomorrow for sure I'll be back on TikTok. You know, that's where I love to be at. But let's get to the next game. Or this game right here, I'm sorry. Detroit team total over 3.5 runs. I'm taking it for that one. To the next game, we got the Braves, who's starting to turn things around. I was worried about these guys. I was betting on them. Man, I lost quite a few bets with these guys, betting on them, especially in a parlay. I'm putting these guys parlay. This was getting beat down left and right, but they're bouncing back. They're getting their traction again, so that's good to see. You know, that's not my favorite team, but when I was younger, I used to like to watch them win when they had all the pitchers and everything. But back to the lesson at hand, Boston Red Sox, that's where they're going to be playing at tonight. Over 7.5 total runs and plus 1.5 for Boston. Super heavy lean on the Braves, of course, because the Braves are hot right now. And after what the Boston went through against Detroit, jeez, yeah, it was bad. It was a bad series. I know they're glad to get out of that. But on the mound tonight for both teams, we have Chris Sale, the lefty, is 1-3 on the season, ERA 3.97 with the whip of 1.41. Faced off against Garrett Crochet, the lefty, 4-2 on the season, ERA 1.93 with the whip of 1.07. Of course, I'm leaning with the Braves too. Why not? You know, but instead of picking the winner, I went with my boy Austin Riley. This dude definitely used to give me money last year. I took him for 2 bases. I think it should get that. Like I said, Crochet is definitely a nice pitcher, though. Definitely one of the nicer pitchers. But Austin normally does it for me. I caught it at minus 110. So that was a great. Because if it had been like a plus 120, I would be like, but minus 110, I'm always going to be comfortable with that. So I took Riley with 2+ bases. Austin Riley, of course, played for the Braves. Any key injuries? Acuna's still out for the Braves. He'll be back May 27th. Spencer Strider will be back on the 20th. Boston. Yeah, they're definitely gonna miss Walker Buehler. He's definitely must need for the Boston. He'll be back on the 20th of May of this month. Tanner Hoke, who could sit out the rest of the season. If you guys watched that game on Tuesday, wow. That man gave up 9 runs in the 3rd inning, and he gave up 2 more runs the 4th, and they pulled him. He didn't even pitch 60 pitches, and he gave up 11 runs. So yeah, they got him listed for the 28. It's probably longer than that, but I don't blame him. But yeah, Austin Riley for 2 bases. If you take the Braves, they got a plus 160 for the run line. But yeah, I feel safer with the player prop on this one. I'm definitely going Austin Riley for 2 bases. Next game we got the Marlins. They're not doing too bad this season. I mean, they still no good, but excuse me, 10-12 at home for the Marlins. They'll be playing against the Rays, who is 9-6 on the road. Plus 1.5 to giving the Marlins for the run line. Over and under total runs, 8.5. Got the heavy lean, of course, on the Tampa Bay Rays. Why not? Especially when you got Taj Bradley's pitching. 3-2 on the season. ERA 4.24 with the whip at 1.26. Facing off against Max Meyer, who is 2-4 on the season. ERA 4.37 with the whip at 1.35. You already know what I'm doing with this one. I'm taking the over because this game, listen, the Marlins, yeah, they're not the best team, but they can score, especially going against teams like Tampa Bay, who actually they won last. No, they didn't. Oh, they did win last night. But yeah, they've been up and down, the Rays. And the Marlins, they did still win against the Cubs, although I think the Cubs is ready to get out of that series because they knew it was a rivalry game, which is on right now. Score is 10-3 to Cubs. They're beating the heck out of the White Sox. It's the 8th inning now. I mean, it took forever for White Sox to even get back on the mound. But yeah, so like I said, it's rivalry week. So a lot of teams they just want to get out of the games yesterday and get ready for this weekend. But yes, like I said, for this game right here, I am taking the over on this one. It's gonna be a lot of hitting. Perfect weather down Miami, Florida, 80 degrees, not a raindrop in sight, so that's good. So far, so good. I don't see no rain delays nowhere right now, so that's a good thing. Next game, we have the Cardinals facing against the Royals. This should be a pretty decent match right here. Royals definitely one of the teams that have been keeping the float somewhat, 16-7 at home. Plus 1.5 run line is for the Cardinals. Over and under total runs is 8.5. Slight 0.8% chance they're leaning towards the Royals on the mound today for both teams. Andre Palante, 3-2 on the season. ERA 4.36 with the whip of 1.38. Facing off against Cole Reagans, the lefty, 2-2 on the season. ERA 4.20 with the whip of 1.23. Yeah, the Cardinals, man, that's another team. They had I think a 7-game winning streak got snapped though. So they've been doing their thing. They still didn't make the top 10 power rankings, but we'll see what happens this week. They're still behind the Cubs in the division though. Not by much. Perfect day for baseball for them. 7:40 is the pitching time. 80 degrees is the weather there. Not a raindrop in sight. As far as injury reports, you got Seth Lugo still out for the Royals. He'll be back to 23rd. I think I said that yesterday. Let's say the Cardinals had that streak snap, and I forgot they beat the heck out of the Phillies yesterday, 14-7. I didn't get a chance to watch that game. I didn't get to catch no baseball actually at all yesterday. Royals, of course, they got knocked out. They was 1-2 in that Astro series, but it's a new day. It's Friday night, so it should be a good night for both teams. This one right here, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't got, especially Palante pitching. I don't got the Royals getting over 5.5 team total runs. So I took the under on that one. That was plus 100. So took a little risk on that one. But yes, Royals team total under 4.5 total runs. That's what we doing today. That's the pick I'm going with. Next game we got Houston versus the Angels. The Angels surprised me too, not the Angels, the Rangers. Oh, my bad. Damn, it's going down. What's up, everybody who's joining in and out of who's that? Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, cousin Cheryl? What's up, Kevin Williams? I know you and Mediel, Emmanuel Gloria. Sorry if I butchered your name, but appreciate you here. But I'm giving the picks. I don't know if you missed my picks, but I'll recap at the end. Yes, we got the Astros versus the Rangers. Rangers definitely really good at home, 16-8 for the season. Over under total runs, 7.5 for this game, plus 1.5 Astros on the run line. On the mound tonight for both teams, we have first Lance McCullers Jr. for the Astros, 0-1 on the season, ERA 15.75 with the whip of 3.00. Facing off against Nathan Eovaldi, 4-2 on the season, ERA 1.78 with the whip of 0.75. That is a very, very low whip. So it only makes sense for you to think if it's going to go over, you like the total runs. That's because the Astros might give up a lot of runs. I can see the pitcher get swapped out a couple times. It's going to be steaming hot in Arlington, Texas, humid and 88 degrees. Like I said, Rangers on a 6-game winning streak, so I don't see it getting snapped tonight. But what I did take, I got Eovaldi for over 5.5 strikeouts tonight. Eovaldi over 5.5 strikeouts tonight. I know I butchered the name, but I normally get them right. Sometimes I mess up. It is what it is. But I got for over 5.5 strikeouts. That's for the Texas Ranger pitcher. I took him over 5.5 strikeouts. Next game we got the hottest team to me in MLB by far. But they didn't crack the top 10 power rankings. It is what it is. Maybe they'll get there next week if they continue on this winning streak. We got the Twins facing the Brewers tonight, who is 12-7 at home, plus 1.5. The run line is for the Brewers, and 7.5 is the total runs, over and under for runs. On the mound tonight, we got for both teams, Joe Ryan, 3-2 on the season, ERA 2.74 with the whip of 0.83, facing off against Chad Patrick, who is, man, that game, who was the A's? I think he gave up. Oh, he gave so many runs against the A's. That's a game I think I watched him last. 2-3 on the season, ERA 3.19 with the whip of 1.25. Like I said, the Twins, this could be maybe 12 games in a row for them. They're looking for 12 in a row. No key injuries here. Brewers just got out Quintana. I think he was going to, actually, he might have would have pitched tonight too. So that's definitely going to hurt them a little bit. Chad Patrick's definitely not the guy you don't want on there. But yes, for this game right here, the winning streak, 11 to get 12 in a row is going to be tough. So my dog pick for tonight, I'm taking the Brewers money line. Actually was minus 108. So they're kind of believing that too. They only got slight lean too for the favorites, only 51%. So yes, I'm going with the Brewers. That's my dog pick. I think that's at least get one upset in here tonight. I like that one. Next game we got the Rockies, who are on their way to probably lose about maybe 125 games this season. Oh man, so bad. They just fired their manager too on Monday. So hey, I'm pretty sure he's happy he left anyway or got fired anyway, because who want to be in that trash fire? Of course, they're playing against the Diamondbacks tonight, who are trying to get traction back there, up and down. Over and under for total runs, 9.5. Minus 2.5 to Arizona for the run line. So you know what that means for that game. You have to really tease the run line, or of course parlay with something. But minus 425 money line. Heck no, that's too low. 75% lean, of course, for the Diamondbacks. So on the mound tonight, we got Carson Palmquist. No data, first game pitch for the season. They're just reaching anywhere to see what can happen. I guess we need a rock. You're just testing out players. You're bringing them up for from the AAA and for the minors and stuff like that, and see what they can do. Why not? Your season's already over. So they're going against Corbin Burns, who's 2-1 on the season, ERA 2.95 with the whip of 1.31. But this one right here, I took, because I caught it in the plus. I think it should be really interesting. I took Arizona Diamondbacks 5.5 team total runs. 5.5 team total runs I took for the Diamondbacks. I really confident that one. I mean, it's the Rockies. It shouldn't be much of a problem. So that's what I like for that game. Next game, we have the Mariners, who's still a pretty decent team. They've been up and down, and the Padres, who is finally getting their feet under themselves. They're starting to pick up the pace again. So with this one right here, like I said, 16-5. I think it's a third best record, home record in MLB. Plus 1.5, of course, for the Mariners tonight. Over and under total runs, 8.5. On the mound, we got Logan Evans, who is 1-1 on the season, ERA 6.60 with the whip of 1.67, facing off against Stephen Kolek. 2-0 on the season, ERA is a flat line 0, and the whip is 0.91. Yeah, that's why it's a heavy lean on the Padres. You got that guy on the mound. Things happen. Beautiful 64 degrees, not a raindrop in sight. See everybody. Bryce Miller's still out for the Mariners. Definitely gonna miss him. Kirby's still out too. Both of them guys will be back on the 27th. The Padres still missing Darvish. Oh yeah, he'll be back on the 26th. Darvish, he's definitely one of them guys you definitely like. His bat's definitely nice bat. He definitely hits him out the park. So this one right here, the Mariners are not bad as you think. Yes, it's a heavy lean. That's because who's on the mound tonight. But you know me, I took my favorite guy, my favorite player prop to pick in the MLB. No, it's not Otani. No, it's not Soto. No, it's not Lindor. It's not none of them guys. It's my man Fernando Tatis. Leads the MLB in total bases, and you know I took him for plus 2 bases. I got that guy for 2 bases. The Padre, Fernando Tatis, bring me home, baby. Bring me home that money. I'm parlaying that up too for sure. So I think that would happen right there. I got Fernando Tatis getting me 2 bases. If I had to pick a winner, of course I would go with the Padres. I think they're back. They got the stride back, so I believe in them guys do what they need to do. Next game we have Battle of LA, Los Angeles, California. We got the Angels going to the Dodgers, who 17-4 at home. They just had a nice win last night. Of course, you know what it is, -2.5 run line for the Dodgers. So you definitely got to parlay this up or tease it with something. On the mound for both teams, we had Jack Kokonowicz, 2-5 on the season, ERA 5.23 with the whip of 1.49. Face off against Dustin May, 1-3 on the season, ERA 4.08 with the whip of 1.24. Heavy lean on the Dodgers. You got 80% lean on them. Why not? Beautiful 65 degrees. 10 o'clock tonight in LA. Trout still out. I thought he was back by now. Mike Trout will be back on Sunday, so that's definitely going to definitely messes up the lineup and right field too. So hopefully he gets back soon. Dodgers, of course, they're still Clayton Kershaw still out. He'll be back tomorrow. Tommy Edman, who I know they can't wait to get back because the way they're going now with him on there, oh man. Because early in the season, he was picking up pace when Otani couldn't really hit the ball like that. So Tommy Edman will be back Sunday. Hernandez will be back on the 21st. They're man, yeah, like I said, they might win back to back. Yeah, so he'll be back on Monday. So like I said, yeah, 3-2. The Dodgers are in the last 5. 2-3. The Angels on the last 5. So with this one right here, if you was to parlay it up, I would do. Let me get my notes. I would take the team total for the Dodgers over 5.5, and I would take Freeman for 2 bases. I would just lump that all up in there. I would take all of that right there. That'll definitely be a good pick for you guys to take right there. So for the Dodgers and Angels, Dodgers team total over 5.5, and Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers, I'll take 2 bases. Last but not least, we got them A's. I like this team right here. I like this team. They definitely they definitely win me some money. Okay, the A's are at the Giants. Like it says, the Bay Area backyard brawl. Who's going to be the king of the Bay? We'll find out starting tonight. The A's are 14-9 on the road. They definitely do their best work on the road. Going against the Giants, who's 13-7 at home. Of course, plus 1.5. The run line is for the A's. Why not? It's the A's. Over and under total runs at 6.5. That's really low. That should tell you guys something. So on the mound, we got my boy JP Sears. Yeah. JP Sears. I was thinking another guy too, but yeah, their pitchers, man, they'll shock you. You should watch them play. JP Sears, a lefty, of course, 4-2 on the season. ERA 2.80 with the whip of 1.00. Facing against the veteran Logan Webb, 4-3 on the season. ERA 2.60 with the whip of 1.16. Super heavy lean on the Giants. Why not? This one right here, I wanted to take the A's. But Logan Webb, man, he knows what he's doing, man. He's a vet. So I stayed away from that one, and I took JP Spears to get over 3.5 strikeouts. JP Spears, he plays for the A's. He's the pitcher. I took him for 3.5 strikeouts. I watched him play probably 3 games this year. Hey, these A's pitchers, man, they definitely got a nice pitching staff. That explains why they're doing pretty good. Let me see what they are in the division, actually. They dropped the 4th. That's because they lost, but it's really a tight race on the Western standings for the American League. Definitely a tight race. This one I took the A's pitcher JP Sears for 3.5 strikeouts. So that's for the baseball right there. I'll give you the rundown for my picks for the night. I took the Reds over 4.5 strikeouts for Brady Singer. Reds pitcher Brady Singer, 4.5 strikeouts. I took the over. For the Mets, I took the Mets over 3.5 team total. I think it should be a slugfest. The National, I took on the money line. I think they're back to after that 7-game skid. Detroit, I took over team total over 3.5 total runs. Austin Riley for the Braves, I took 2 bases. Rays and Marlins, I took the over. I think it's going to be another slugfest. Royals, team total under 4.5. I caught that plus 100. I don't think quite they been getting the runs in like that. If you look at their average, I think they average 2 point something runs a game. So I don't think it's going to happen tonight for him to get 5 runs. Eovaldi for a pitcher for the Rangers, I took him for 5.5 strikeouts over 5.5 strikeouts. I took the Brewers. That's my dog tonight. They're going to snap that Twins winning streak of 11 games in a row. I got the Brewers on the money line. Arizona team total runs over 5.5. I think they just knock everything out the park against the Rockies. They got a pitcher that I think came up from the minors. And Fernando Tatis for the Padres, I took him for 2 bases. Fernando Tatis from the Padres, I took 2 bases. And for the Dodgers, I took team total over 5.5 runs and Freddie Freeman 2 bases. Dodgers team total 5.5 runs. I took the over, and I took Freeman for 2 bases. And for the A's, I got my man JP Sears, the A's pitcher, for over 3.5 strikeouts. JP Sears for the A's, over 3.5 strikeouts. I got that. That's my picks for MLB. Everybody that's on Facebook, if you do miss my picks, you can go on my YouTube, 223 ENT. My opinions are facts, 223 ENT. My opinions are facts. You can catch my picks on there if you missed them. All right, for everybody else, if you're on FanDuel, I got a parlay I make up every day. Only 3 slip parlay. It's called No Home Runs parlay. So if you go on FanDuel, you click the team. You keep scrolling away till it says hits and runs. When you click on hits and runs, it will bring up 1 home run, 2 home runs. It'll say no home runs at the bottom. So I go with no home runs. Of course, everybody does the home runs, but I'm like, let me try something different. I like that. I seen a couple people hit on that. So use based off your pitching and so on and so on. So this one right here, the no home run parlay I have, you can find on FanDuel. You have to go on there. That's the only place they have it at. I didn't see DraftKings no one else created it yet, but go on FanDuel, go click onto the team, the matchup tonight, and you scroll all the way till it says hits and runs, and then when you look, you'll say 2 home runs, 1 home run. Then at the bottom of that list will say no home runs, and that's what I picked. So my 3 slip parlay for no home run parlay tonight is the Cardinals and Royals. I call no home run on that game. Pretty decent pitching. Neither team has been scoring. I think the most they scored in the last 5 games, the Royals was 3 runs. Same way with the Cardinals. Other than yesterday when they scored against the Phillies, but sometimes it's a fluke like that. They other than that, they only scored 2 runs the 4 of the game. So I like the Cardinals and Royals, no home runs for that one. Second game on my no home run parlay, the A's versus the Giants. I like no home run. I think, like I said, Spears. I like his pitching. Webb, he's a veteran. These guys can get them Ks like you need. And I think everything happens in field. I don't think nobody takes one out the park tonight. I don't see no home runs for this game. Battle of the Bay, no home runs. So my second team for this parlay is the A's and the Giants. Last game I'm taking, Astros and Rangers. Really based off the Rangers pitching Eovaldi. I like Eovaldi because I think he gets it done. I already took him for 5.5 Ks over. And the Astros haven't been scoring anyway. So I don't see it happen for them. So that's my third game, no home runs. So my no home run parlay, you can find on FanDuel, Cardinals and Royals, A's and Giants, Astros and Rangers. That's my 3 teams. And if you miss it, everybody's watching on Facebook, you can go on my YouTube, 223 ENT. My opinions are facts. You can get the picks on there. All right, so we done with the MLB. Now we got the NBA game tonight. Like I said, there's going to be a lot going on in New York City, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really, really live Friday night out there in New York. They're going to be lit out there. Boy, especially if the Knicks win. Whew. Okay, for this game right here, man, Boston, this is how I look at it. I think they're going home. I just can't see them winning. There's no way they can win. I can't see the Knicks letting this happen or get to game 7. So I think Jalen Brunson going to put the game on his back. So I took with this 4 slip parlay, I took the Knicks money line, Brunson 30 points, because if you're going to get out this game and get to the Eastern Conference Finals, Brunson has to go completely off. So I'm definitely taking 30 tonight. Josh Hart, I think he's going to crash the boards, over 8.5 on the boards. There's no Tatum or nobody there to disrupt him. So I got Josh Hart getting over 8.5 rebounds. Drew Holiday got him getting under 4.5. I think the Knicks will, do a pretty good job of boxing out and keeping the guards up out of there. And like I said, on the top on the front court, or I say the back court, the Knicks just match up better. So I see Drew Holiday under 4.5 rebounds. Knicks money line. Brunson 30 because that's the only way the Knicks are going to win if he scores 30. And Hart, he has to crash these boards and give up no second chance points for the Celtics. Over 8.5 rebounds. One more time, Knicks money line. Brunson 30, Josh Hart over 8.5 rebounds, and I got Drew Holiday getting under 4.5 rebounds. That's my picks right there for the NBA. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, everybody who was jumping on here from TikTok. If you missed my picks, you can go on 223 ENT. My opinions are facts. You can get the recap of all the games I picked today. Like I said, tomorrow I will be back on TikTok for sure. I can go live again. Like I said, I miss my audience there. So I can't wait to go. I can't wait to reunite with them guys. But tonight, make sure you go through what you go through. You can take my picks, put whatever you want to put together. Let's win these parlay. Let's get this money. Let's win. It's almost June. It's almost vacation time. So why not win some extra dollars and put in your account when you follow my lead and put these right teams together and put the right parlay together. So make sure you do that. Review my picks. We got like an hour. Well, one game's already starting. I believe that's the Reds game is starting. But other than that, you got a lot of games still to pick from. And the NBA tonight. So good sports night. Great Friday night of sports for baseball. You got rivalry weekend, and you got the Knicks and the Celtics tonight. Great night for sports. So I appreciate everybody who came and joined me today. Be back again tomorrow morning because, Saturday baseball starts early. So I'll be on 11:30 a.m. You can catch me on there. Shout out to everybody on here joining me. I will see you guys again tomorrow. I appreciate the love. Until next time, sincerely yours. It's me, your guy, Izzy. He gets busy. Let's go.